Morning, children. How are you all? I hope everyone are fine and healthy. So today I'm very happy to start lesson for fifth standard, that is English. Today I'm going to start for fifth standard English lesson Swami Vivekananda. So before going into the lesson, I would like to explain the glossary, that is the meanings for you. Children, please take out your pencil and be underline the difficult words. I'll be going through paragraphs. So shall we move on to the lesson? Okay. Open your page number 4. That is to glossary meanings. First you have first one. I am doing the lesson. Which lesson? Swami Vivekananda for 5th standard. So I am going for glossary now. So open to your page number 4. And the first one is spirituality. Spirituality means the concept of being a good human being. Means good human being means you should not have any bad, that is bad things in your mind and your heart. For example, Swami Vivekananda was a spiritual leader. Okay, did you understand? Shall I move on for second one? Dedicate. Dedicate means devote. Another meaning for this is to give up. Devote means we are giving, that if someone are in need, we should help them. We are devoting our life for the sake of people. Okay, next, that is third one, desire. Desire means wish, like. Another meaning is like. For example, you like, I know children like what? Ice cream very much. So you wish to have a ice cream. You wish to have a ice cream because I like the ice cream. I should eat today only. That is your wish. What is your wish? You are wishing to have a ice cream today. Did you understand, children? Shall I move on for fourth one? Okay, next, earnest. Earnest means serious. That another meaning is speaking sincerely. Speaking sincerely. That if you are serious, you speak truth. You speak truth. If you are serious, so what do? You speak truly. You speak truth. So next one is, that is fifth one, wandering. So wandering means going from one place to another. So that for example, tribal people, they don't stay in one place. That is nomads. Now, nomads, they don't stay in one place. They go in search of food and water for many places. Okay, wandering means what? I told you example now, like nomads, they don't stay in one places. They go in search of what? Water and food for many places. So what is the meaning of wandering? Going from one place to another. Okay, did you understand, children? Okay, if you have understood, shall we move on for the lesson now? Okay, now this lesson is about Swami Vivekananda. Have you heard his name, Swami Vivekananda? Okay, he was known as spiritual leader. He was spiritual leader. He worked for the upliftment of the upliftment of the people of the backward classes. So, if you say if you hear Swami Vivekananda, first what comes to your mind? Many things. That he was very famous for his quotes. That is slogans. He said many words. Like for example, I am going to tell you about his quotes. So the first one is, don't overthink. Overthinking leads to negative thought. Who said this? Swami Vivekananda said this. What did he tell? Don't overthink. Overthinking leads to negative thought. So I'll not be explaining this. I'll be telling you later. You cannot believe in God until you believe in yourself. You cannot believe in God until you believe in yourself. Who said? Who said this? This was said by Swami Vivekananda. So I would like to tell you two more. Next, in a conflict between heart and the brain, follow your heart. In a conflict between the heart and the brain, follow your heart. So next one, who is helping you? Don't forget them. Who is helping you? Don't forget them. Who is loving you? Don't hate them. Who is believing you? Don't cheat them. So these are his quotes. These are the sayings of Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda. So by seeing this quotes, you can understand what type of person he was. He doesn't want to hurt any person. He was very jovial person. So we'll go for the textbook now. Please children open to your page number 1. That is Swami Vivekananda. So shall I move on for the paragraph, children? Okay, point your fingers where I read. India is a land of many religion and custom. India is a land of many religion and custom. You know, our land is a very cultural land. Our land is a very cultural land. We have many religions, not one religion. There are many peoples living in our country. There are, as we don't have any that is caste bar, all you can see Hindus, Muslims, Christians, Parsis and many others live in our country. And culture means customs. We follow customs, laws, dress. So every, you can see the laws are, but the laws are equal for all the people. Dress, you can see the lifestyle of the people, how they are dressed. So these are all culture and customs. Here people here take both pleasure and pain alike. People here take both pleasure. Pleasure means feeling happiness. Feeling what? Happiness. They are happy and at a time they are sad alike. Sad also. They are dedicated. They are dedicated and duty bonded. Dedicated means if you are dedicated, you want to do this work, so you wanted to do this, you will complete this work, and you are duty bonded. If anyone gives you work, you will complete the work and give. These are the thoughts of our Indians. So in this land many well-known religious leaders have been born. For example, Swami Vivekananda and many others are also born. Among them are one of the famous is Swami Vivekananda. So here many well-known religious leaders have been born. One such leader has been Swami Vivekananda. So, I have completed the first paragraph. Children, did you understand? Shall we move on for the second paragraph now? Okay. One day a small boy so, one day a small boy jumped out of a coach in which he was traveling and ran to his mother with a smiling face. So here it is the story of a small, that is Swami Vivekananda, when he was traveling with his mother. So when he was traveling with his mother, that is a coach. A coach may be like a comfortable, equipped single. It would be a bus or a train or a that is a railway carriage. Long. It is used for a longer journey. It is used for a longer journey. You would have seen in the olden days a horse carrying carriage and all. No, it is also a carriage. It is also a coach. So he pointed at the coachman. Coachmen are those who drive these are known as coachman, and told his mother, I want to be a coachman. How now nice it is to drive a coach. So he pointed out his mother, telling that I wanted to be like this coachman. So what did his mother told? Was she happy? Was she happy or what? We will see in the next paragraph. So once again I'll be going through this paragraph. He pointed out the coachman and told his mother. So one day Swami Vivekananda was traveling for the place for somewhere else. So he jumped out from the coach traveling which was running, and he told his mother with a smiling face. After seeing that coachman, he said, even I want to become a coachman like this like coachman. So how nice it is to drive a coach. He was happy to drive a coach that time, but he was too young. He did not know which is good or bad. He did not know which is good or bad. But the mother, how did the mother react for this? So it is in the next paragraph. Please children, point out your fingers for the third paragraph. The mother would not say anything at that time. So because Swami Vivekananda was too young, because you know kids how they speak. Even you know, after seeing, for example, if you see a pilot or a soldier, you wanted to be like them. Even Swami Vivekananda, after seeing a coachman, even he desired to be a coachman. Later she showed him the pictures of Gitopadesha and patted him, saying, dear Naren, if you want you can be If you want, you can be a coachman. So after what she wrote, Geetopadesha, she started to take him a lesson. She told him, dear Narendra, if you want, you can be a coach also. But was the mother happy to see his son to become a coach? So, but you should be a coachman like who taught Arjuna. So she gave an example to his son about Krishna. Krishna was who taught Arjuna. Krishna was the teacher for Arjuna. Krishna was, do you know Krishna? Who was Krishna? Krishna was Lord, Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna who taught Arjuna. This she gave an example for his son. Okay, next. Though the boy did not understand it clearly, he became what his mother want him to be. So even the boy did not understand what the mother told, because he was too young, so he did not understand the clear what the mother told. So later he became what the mother had thought. Mother was even all of our mothers would be thinking the dreams of their children. Yeah, our child has to become a doctor or engineer or a pilot. This is the dream of every mother. So every mother would dream the how their children should be should after they become a well educated person. So though the boy did not understand it clearly, he became later what his mother wanted him to be. Next, the little boy Naren later came to be known as Swami Vivekananda, a great spiritual leader and India's pride. So, what the mother used to call Narendra was the name of whom? Swami Vivekananda. The parents used to call Swami Vivekananda as Naren. Naren was the pet name of Swami Vivekananda. So, the little boy Naren later came to be known as what? Swami Vivekananda. He was a great spiritual leader, means he was a good person and India's pride. India's pride means he was the proud of our country. Pride of our country. So next we'll move on for the next paragraph. Narendra was born on 12th January 1863 to Vishwanatha Datta and Bhuvaneshwari Devi in Kolkata. So Narendra was born, when he was born, 12th January 1863 to Vishwanatha Datta. What was his father name? Vishwanatha Datta. And what was her mother name? Bhuvaneshwari Devi. Where was he born? In which place? He was born in Kolkata. He was born in Kolkata. So what were the Swami Vivekananda's parents' name? So father was Vishwanatha Datta and her mother name was Bhuvaneshwari Devi. Children, did you understand? Please don't forget. Please underline the words. Then they considered the child the boon of God Vishweshwara Shiva. They considered the child, the boon means the gift of God. So they had prayed to the God Shiva that they wanted a child. So after praying for the God, they had a child. So they named him after Vishweshwara Shiva. Who is Vishweshwara Shiva? That is Lord Shiva. And they named him, what they named him as? Vishweshwara. So after her mother gave him birth, he was named as Vishweshwara. Later they gave him the name Narendra Datta. Later he was, after he grew up a little bit, he was known as Narendra Datta. At the age of 6, Narendra was sent to primary school and later to a private tutor. Okay, when you grow up, it is the compulsory when you are 6 years. It is the duty of every parent. Once the child attains 6 years, he should be sent to the school. So even like that, at the age of 6, Narendra went to school for the primary school for his education, and later to a private tutor. Tutor means he went for the tuitions also. He studied Sanskrit grammar, long passages from the Ramayana and Mahabharata. So he started studying grammar, that is in the Sanskrit, and long passages from the Ramayana. Ramayana and Mahabharata are the two Indian epics. Please don't forget this, children. Ramayana and Mahabharata are two Indian epics. He had a strong desire to study more and he wanted to see God. So as I told you, he was a spiritual leader. So from the young only, he was he dedicated most of his time for the God, praying God and all. So he had a strong desire to study more. He has a quest, he has a thirst that he wanted to have study more, and he wanted to see God. What was his desire? What was his wish? He wanted to see God. So he thought if he studies well, that is spiritually, he can preach God, he can see God. He met many peoples, but he was not able to get a satisfactory answer. He was not happy at all. He met many peoples on his, that is on during his lifetime. He met many peoples, but he did not get an satisfactory answer to see God. Okay, children, shall we revise once more? Okay, Narendra was born on 12th January 1863. Where his parents? Vishwanatha Datta and Bhuvaneshwari Devi. He was born in Kolkata. So he was known. So he was the child. He was known for the boon of God. That is Vishweshwara Shiva. So he was named. They named him Vishweshwara. Vishweshwara. So he was a gift from the God. Which God? Vishweshwara. That is Shiva. So later they gave him the name Narendra Datta. So he had always quest to have a nice education. He wanted to learn more and more. So he started studying more and more. So even he studied Ramayana and Mahabharata. So he had a strong desire to study more. Because he wanted to meet God. He wanted to see God. He met many people, but he was not able to satisfactory answer. Though he met many people in his life, he did not get any satisfactory answer about God. Did you understand, children? If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Please underline the difficult words. I'll be sending you classwork app. Once I complete the lesson, I will be sending you classwork. Thank you, children. Good morning, children. How are you? I hope everyone are fine. Okay. Today I am going to continue the chapter that is for 5th standard English lesson. What is the lesson name? Swami Vivekananda. Already I have started and I have completed much. Today I will conclude the chapter. Okay. Today move on. Please, children, take out your pencil and be underlining the difficult words. Difficult words. Please read the paragraph again and again. So please go to the page number 2. So I'll be doing the third paragraph of this page. Please point your fingers where I read. The desire to see God grew day by day. So I told he has a quest that he wanted to see God. So this desire, this wish went day by day long. So finally one day he became successful. He became happy. He became successful. He knew that the time has come to meet the God. He was happy because he knew the time has come to meet the God. His guru, from whom he got the answer to his desire. So he met a guru by whom he got an answer how he can meet the God. He could see God. The guru who made this possible for Naren. Who was Naren? Swami Vivekananda was Naren. Who was his guru? His guru was Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. What was his guru name? Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa could help him experience God. So he told how you can experience the God, how you can feel the God. Experience means how you can feel the God. He taught the methods how he can feel the God. Thus, Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa became Naren's spiritual guru. That good, I told you, spiritual means good person. Spiritual means good person. So he was one of the good person for the, that is Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda did not stop with this. So even after he felt the experience of the God, he did not stop with this, because he felt by this he cannot conclude the thing. So he went on and went on, walked miles, traveled all over the country to discover truth. Discover truth means he wanted to help the people, help the poor. By that he can meet the God. By helping the poor, you can feel the God is very near to you. So Narendra was kind to all. He had sympathy. Sympathy means he was showing pityness for the poor people. He was courageous too. Courageous means he was strong person. He had very well equipped person. He was very clear in his thoughts. He has a desire. He was going in his way. He was going on that way because he want to see the God. How he can see the God? By helping the people. These qualities helped him become a wandering monk. I told you, Swami Vivekananda always traveled from one place to another in search of what? In search of God. By he felt that when he went for searching the God, by helping the people, he would find the God. So he became a monk. When he started wandering from one place to another, he went in the form of monk, traveling alone to all the places to help the needy. Wandering means moving from one place to another. So he went on moving from one place to another to help the needy, means poor people. So next line, he often expressed his idea on education. So he always used to give example of education. So he told, according to him, education should develop a complete human being. So if you don't have education, you are not a good human being. Complete means good human being. If you have education, you would become a good person. So he used to tell, education is which shows the person on a right path, which tell the person to go on a right path. Because if you are educated, you will be able to understand which is right and good, which is right or wrong, which is bad or good. Okay, children, did you understand till here? Shall I move on for the next paragraph? Next paragraph, please open to your page number 3. So first paragraph in the page number 3. So he made a speech in the Great Hall of Columbus in the Parliament of Religions at Chicago on 11th September 1893. So he became a famous person. Famous means he was known for everyone. He became a famous person once. This is one of the most famous incident that took place in his life, that he went for the Parliament of Religions at Chicago on September that is 11th 1893. He began his address with the word sisters and brothers of America. So when you are standing, when you wanted to give a speech, how do you start a speech? You start a speech by, how do you start? Like respected you start. But how did he start? How did he begin his speech? He started like, sisters and brothers of America. How did he start? Sisters and brothers of America. So all the audience immediately they started thundering applause. So there was a loud of claps. Thundering means loud, like thunder it was. Applause means claps from the vast audience. So audience were seated in the hall. Yeah, there was a conference, there was a meeting going on, and many members were sitting in the hall, and it lasted for 2 minutes. That is the claps that went on for the 2 minutes. It was a loud clap. All the audience were happy when he said sisters and brothers of America. So next, the Swami spoke on the religion that was very vast as the sky and deep as the ocean. So he spoke on more on religion, because religion was the one thing that was making the people to make differentiate. Religion, which was a bar between the people. So he spoke the way very vast and sky and deep as the ocean. That means he spoke very meaningfully. He spoke about the religion very meaningfully. Further, he thanked all those who had assembled there. So he thanked for all the audience who had assembled there in the where the in the great hall where the speech was going on. So he thanked all the sisters and brothers. Further, he thanked all those who had assembled there. He referred to the Indians of all classes and sexes, so even sects, even all the Indians and other sects, other religious people were also seated in that speech, in that parliament. He said about the Hindu religion, that is true sense, it embraces all humanity. So he said Hinduism was a true religion. So it was in a true sense a very He told the Hindu religion, which teaches us to be tolerant. So he was very proud to be a Hindu. He belongs to an Hindu religion, which has taught the world both tolerance and universal acceptance. So we believe not only in universal tolerance, but we accept all the religion as true. So even he told only Hinduism is not only the religion, but there are many other religions, religion. Even we expect that religion as true religion. These words were very impressive. So he observed that the division in society based on religion has resulted in human hatred. So he told even that religion was only one bar that it make differentiate between the people, because seeing that religion people are differentiated. So he told religion is not the one. He told that all the human beings should be treated well, not by seeing their religion. Religion is one that which brings bar between the human beings. So we'll go for the next paragraph. That is the second paragraph. He felt that human society would be far more advanced when there were no divisions. So he told if there was no religion between the in the society, that between the human beings, our country would have become a developed country, not a developing country, because of that is religion. There are more divisions in our society. So this shouldn't have been would have been happened. Swami Vivekananda expressed his hope, saying that the time for driving away these evil forces in society had come. So he told there are many evils, that is evil forces in our society. For example, child marriages, a dowry system, etc., should be removed only by through education. Through education, he told them that everybody should develop a sense of brotherhood and love for each other. So he told every time he used to tell that all our brothers and sisters should we should behave that we are brothers and sisters. If you love each other, the bond will be very good with each other. So there was a great respect and appreciation from the people of America. So this was a speech given by Swami Vivekananda, where he gave the speech in the that is in Columbus, in the Parliament of Religious at Chicago. So this was a speech delivered by him. So there was a great respect. So everyone honored him. There was as I told, there was a applause. They clapped aloud like thunder, and appreciate all the people started liking. Appreciate means they started liking Swami Vivekananda. That is from the people of America. Even the American people liked his speech. After his return to India, he spent his time preaching religious tolerance and worked for the upliftment of the poor. As I told you, he worked only for the people of the what backward classes and the poor people. He wanted to remove poverty from our country. He don't want any people to be uneducated. He wanted everyone to become what educated. As he told, education is the way for their thoughts. Education is the way for their thoughts. So he started helping the poor. So I told he went for many places. He did not go only for the what Columbus. The Columbus. He went many places. That is America and other places also, He established Belur Mutt in 1898, which became the center of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa with the motto "Work is worship." So what he established, Belur Math is a place where the children get education, that is in their early ages. Math is like a hostel. In 1898, which became the center of Ramakrishna mission with the motto "Work is worship." So with the saying that work is worship. If you work, you will see God. So if you work, you can feel the God. Work is worship. So next, turn to your page 4. Though he had only a short span of life, so he did not live for many years. Though he had a short span of life, he worked for the upliftment of the, that is, poor and needy people. The sense of his words have been inspiring men and women throughout the world. So as I told you before starting a lesson, I told you many sayings about him. So he was an inspiring young man, he was an inspiring man for the what generation, that is for new generation, for the both men and women through the world, throughout the world. Children, did you understand the lesson? I hope so you would have understood the lesson. So I'll discuss with the main points for you of this lesson. I hope so you would have understood this lesson. So we'll go for Narendra was born on 12th January, that is 1869. Who were his parents? That is Vishwanatha Datta and Bhuvaneshwari Devi. He was born in Kolkata. Then I told you that he started reading both in Sanskrit and other languages. He had read even Ramayana and Mahabharata also. So who was his guru? Guru that inspired him to experience God was Sri Rama Krishna Paramahamsa. You know that he went for the meeting, that is speech, to give speech in the where in which place, Chicago, that is in Columbus. So he had started his speech by saying sisters and brothers of America. So there was a thunderous applause. Also they started, all the audience were very happy with his speech. So even he spoke about religion also. So in Columbus he most stressed on the religion. He told that religion was the one thing which started to differentiate between the human being. So he told that if there was no religion, our country would have become more advanced country. Because of differentiate between the people, our country is still a what, a developing country. So after that he opened a mutt in Belur by the name what, Ramakrishna, on the name of Ramakrishna mission, with the motto work is worship. Work is worship. I hope so children you would have understood. Please watch the audio once again and read the paragraph once again. You will be able to understand. Please underline the difficult words also. Thank you children.